Are we alone? It's a question that's haunted humanity for as long as we've looked up at the stars.
And today we're going to really dig into it.
We're tackling this one with an excerpt from The Mystery of Extraterrestrial Life. Do aliens exist?
A great pick.
It goes way beyond just finding ET, though, right? We're really trying to understand the possibilities of life beyond Earth
Absolutely.
and what that means for us as a species.
It really makes you think about some massive concepts.
Yeah, for sure.
So the excerpt we're looking at starts by laying out the sheer scale of the universe.
Okay.
It's just immense, billions upon billions of galaxies.
Right.
And each one of those galaxies has billions and billions of stars.
It's almost too much to wrap your head around.
Yeah, it really is. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Recent research suggests that in our galaxy alone, there could be billions of planets with conditions that are similar to Earth.
Okay, so we're talking a lot of planets.
Yes.
But what does Earth-like even mean?
Right. It's not like they're finding planets that are exact replicas of Earth. When scientists say Earth-like, what they're really talking about are planets that fall within what's called the habitable zone of their star.
Okay.
It's the sweet spot, you could say, where the temperature is just right for liquid water to exist.
And why is that so important?
Well, it's considered absolutely essential for life as we know it.
Makes sense.
But what's even more fascinating is this whole concept of extremophiles right here on Earth.
Oh, yeah, those are the organisms that thrive in those insane environments, right? Like
Exactly.
the volcanic vents or like the Dead Sea.
Yeah, those incredibly harsh environments, and they do just fine.
It's wild. I remember reading about them and being completely blown away.
Extremophiles basically prove that life can exist in conditions that we once thought were totally impossible.
So then when we talk about Earth-like planets,
Right.
we need to expand what we even consider habitable.
You got it.
So there could be life out there that's just totally different from anything we can even imagine.
Precisely.
Okay, so the odds seem to be in favor of life existing somewhere out there.
It seems that way.
So why haven't we found anything yet, like any real concrete evidence? I know there's SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence,
Yeah.
but they haven't exactly picked up any alien radio shows.
That's right. And that's the big question that we always come back to.
Right.
It's the Fermi paradox.
Mm-hmm.
The universe is teeming with potential for life,
Uh-huh.
yet we hear nothing.
It is strange, right?
So SETI, they use these massive radio telescopes to try and pick up signals from intelligent civilizations.
Right.
But so far, no confirmed alien transmissions.
It's kind of a bummer.
I know, but we shouldn't lose hope.
But after like decades of searching, shouldn't we be at least a little discouraged? What if we really are alone?
Well, think about it this way. The lack of signal doesn't automatically mean there's no one out there.
Okay.
Our technology changes so fast, right?
Definitely.
SETI is mainly focused on radio waves,
Uh-huh.
and we've only been using radio waves for like a century, maybe a little more.
Yeah, that's not very long.
What if other civilizations out there, they've moved beyond radio communication?
Oh, wow. So it's like
Or maybe their signals are just too weak for us to pick up with our current technology.
we're just not there yet.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's kind of like we're trying to find a needle in a haystack,
Yeah,
but we don't even know what the needle looks like.
that's a great way to put it. And there are other ways to search for life, too.
Okay.
Not just listening for signals.
Right.
What about NASA's Mars rovers?
Oh, yeah.
Those are actively looking for signs of past or present life on Mars.
Right.
Things like fossilized microbes,
Mm-hmm.
or even just chemical signatures that tell us something was there.
So it's like a detective investigation on another planet.
Exactly. And remember, Curiosity rover,
Yeah.
remember it found evidence of ancient water flows?
Oh, yeah. That was huge.
That's a big deal because it tells us that Mars wasn't always this dry, dusty place.
It makes you think what else might be there.
It's really incredible to think about, right?
Yeah.
We have robots on another planet searching for clues about the origins of life.
And all these extremophiles we're finding on Earth.
Right.
That makes Mars even more interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The conditions on Mars billions of years ago, they were actually a lot like Earth's.
Wow.
So it's totally possible that some kind of microbial life existed there,
Uh-huh.
and maybe even still exists today,
Hidden away somewhere.
maybe underground.
So we're not just looking for little green men anymore.
Not at all.
I mean, even finding the smallest, simplest forms of life on another planet,
Right.
that would be absolutely groundbreaking.
Think about it. You would change everything we know about biology evolution,
Totally.
the very origins of life itself.
Our textbooks would need a serious rewrite.
Definitely.
But, you know, finding microbes, it's not quite as exciting as meeting an alien civilization.
Yeah, it doesn't have that sci-fi thrill.
It's what really captures the imagination, right?
Sure does.
But then we run into that Fermi paradox again. If the universe is so vast and has so much potential, why haven't we met any advanced civilizations yet?
That is the question.
I know we touched on it before, but the excerpt mentioned a few possible explanations, right?
Yes, it did.
I'd love to hear more about those.
One of the most interesting ones is this idea called the Great Filter Hypothesis.
Okay, I've heard of that.
It suggests that there might be some kind of barrier
Okay.
that prevents most civilizations from reaching a certain level of technological advancement.
So like a roadblock on the way to becoming a super advanced civilization.
Exactly, and we don't know what this barrier is.
Okay.
Maybe intelligent life just inevitably destroys itself.
Like a self-destruct button.
Yeah, or maybe there are these natural cosmic events that just wipe civilizations out before they have a chance to spread.
Wow. That's kind of a scary thought.
It is, but it's something we need to think about.
So you're saying we might be headed for our own great filter event.
It's a possibility we can't ignore.
So this isn't just about satisfying our curiosity. This is about understanding our place in the universe.
Yes.
And maybe even ensuring our own survival.
That's exactly right. The search for extraterrestrial life. It's about
Yeah.
knowledge. It's about meaning. And ultimately, it's about ourselves.
You know, it's a wild thought, but while we're searching for intelligent life out there, maybe they're looking for us too.
It's definitely something to consider.
Have you ever thought about what that first contact would be like? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood loves to give us all these crazy scenarios.
Right.
But what would really happen?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
And the excerpt actually talks about this a little bit,
Okay.
about the influence the search for extraterrestrial life has had on our culture.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, think about it. Aliens are everywhere.
Totally.
Movies, books,
Yeah.
TV shows, video games.
It's like we're obsessed.
Right.
Do you think maybe it's because deep down we just want to know we're not alone?
I think there's definitely some truth to that.
Yeah.
But there's also this fear that comes with it.
Oh, yeah. Like, what if they're way more advanced than us?
Exactly what if their intentions aren't so friendly?
Right. Like those classic alien invasion movies.
That's what I mean. A lot of the sci-fi stories play on those fears.
Yeah.
But we had to remember, those are stories. They're not predictions.
True. It's easy to let our imaginations run wild.
Absolutely.
Okay, but let's say hypothetically we do make contact with an intelligent alien civilization.
Okay.
How do you think that would impact humanity?
Oh, it would be huge. A total game changer.
Really?
It would challenge everything.
Like what?
Our understanding of life, religion, our place in the cosmos, everything.
Wow.
Can you imagine the philosophical debates,
Oh, yeah.
the theological discussions that would erupt?
People would be freaking out.
Right. Would religions try to adapt to include the existence of extraterrestrial beings?
It's hard to say.
Would new belief systems pop up that incorporate aliens into their doctrines?
It would be like a global paradigm shift.
It would. It really would.
It's not just about the science either. It's about how we interpret that science and weave it into our existing worldviews.
Exactly. And it's not just about religion either.
Okay.
Think about the impact on history, art, culture. Would we start seeing ourselves as part of a galactic community?
Instead of just Earthlings?
Or would we hold on even tighter to our own planet, our own species?
It's like when you drop a pebble into a pond.
Yeah.
And those ripples just keep spreading out.
That's a great way to put it.
One discovery like that could have ramifications for every part of human society.
And it brings up some important ethical questions, too.
Like what?
How would we even interact with an alien civilization?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Would we try to communicate?
And if so, how?
Right? These are questions that would require a lot of thought.
And a lot of cooperation.
Absolutely. This would have to be a global effort.
Because let's be real,
Yeah.
we don't exactly have the best track record when it comes to encountering new cultures here on Earth.
That's true.
History's full of examples of what not to do.
Miscommunication, conflict, exploitation.
We've made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
So we'd have to learn from those past mistakes.
definitely.
And approach any contact with an alien civilization with a lot of respect.
And humility.
We can't assume that our values will translate to another species.
Exactly. We have to be ready for anything.
It's kind of humbling, isn't it, to think that we might not even be able to understand an alien civilization,
It is.
let alone actually communicate with them.
Right. They could have a completely different way of thinking.
Yeah, a different understanding of intelligence communication.
Maybe even a different understanding of reality itself.
Mind-blowing.
It is, but it's also really exciting
It's like the ultimate challenge.
to encounter something so different from ourselves.
And that challenges everything we thought we knew.
It makes you want to keep exploring, keep searching.
So this isn't just about science.
No.
philosophical, it's cultural.
It's all about what it means to be human.
In a universe that might be a lot bigger than we thought.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get practical for a second. What happens if we do discover definitive proof of intelligent life beyond Earth? What's next? Do we send out a welcome wagon or what?
I doubt it would be that simple.
Yeah, probably not.
The excerpt really emphasizes the need for caution.
Right, taking it slow.
Any contact with an extraterrestrial civilization would have to be carefully thought out.
Okay.
It would involve scientists, ethicists, world leaders.
A lot of people would have to be involved.
Definitely.
And there would probably be a ton of debate about how to proceed.
For sure.
Some people would be all for it.
Eager to make contact.
And others would be more hesitant, maybe even scared.
That's natural.
And there's no guarantee they'd want to talk to us, right?
That's true.
What if they just ignored us?
They might.
It would be kind of a letdown after all this searching.
Yeah, but even if they did ignore us, we would still have learned something incredible.
What's that?
We would know that we're not alone.
Rue.
We wouldn't be able to interact with them,
Okay.
but we would know they were out there.
It would still be a huge discovery.
It would.
Okay, let's say this alien civilization is aware of us.
Okay.
And they want to make contact.
Okay.
How do we even start to communicate with beings that could be so different from us?
That is a major challenge.
Right.
And there's no easy answer. Some scientists think math could be a universal language.
Okay.
Others are looking at using images or even music.
Interesting.
It's almost like creating a whole new form of communication.
From scratch.
Yeah. It would require us to be really creative.
Like next level creativity.
Exactly. A kind of ingenuity that we haven't really seen before.
Wow.
It would be an amazing feat.
It would be a whole new chapter in human history.
Right.
The era of intergalactic communication.
It's pretty incredible to think about.
It is.
But it's a possibility we can't dismiss.
We have to keep looking.
The search for extraterrestrial life, it goes on.
And with every new discovery, every new technology,
We get closer to answering that big question.
are we alone?
And who knows what we'll find along the way.
It's a question that's captivated us for so long.
For centuries.
And it'll keep driving our curiosity,
Our exploration
our search for meaning.
in this vast universe.
You know, it's really mind-blowing to think about how discovering intelligent life out there could affect our understanding of religion and spirituality.
It would definitely spark some intense debates, wouldn't it?
Oh, totally.
Imagine confirming the existence of intelligent life beyond Earth.
Yeah.
What would that do to traditional religious beliefs?
I mean, some people might see it as proof of a creator with an even bigger plan than we thought.
Right, a grand design on a cosmic scale.
Exactly. But others might feel like their beliefs are suddenly too limited.
Too Earth-centered.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
we've been focusing on the wrong things.
It's not just about organized religion either.
Okay.
I think discovering extraterrestrial life would force us to re-examine all sorts of fundamental questions.
Like what?
The nature of consciousness, the meaning of life.
Our place in the cosmos.
It could spark a massive spiritual awakening for humanity.
I can see that.
It's really fascinating to think about.
It really makes you wonder, would a discovery like that bring people together? Or
Yeah, would it unite us or divide us even more?
Exactly. Would it be like a shared sense of wonder, like, wow, we're not alone?
Right.
Or would it just make existing tensions and conflicts even worse?
That's the big question, isn't it? And I honestly think it could go either way.
Yeah.
It all comes down to how we as humans choose to approach the situation.
Okay.
If we react with fear and suspicion, it could definitely lead to more isolationism, nationalism, even conflict.
Right. We close ourselves off.
But if we approach it with curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
open-mindedness, a willingness to learn,
It could be amazing.
exactly, an incredible opportunity for growth and understanding.
It's funny. We started this whole conversation talking about the search for extraterrestrial life.
Yeah,
But it seems like this journey is also about getting to know ourselves better.
absolutely.
It's about facing our own limitations,
Right.
our preconceived notions,
Challenging our assumptions
and ultimately figuring out what it even means to be human.
in the universe that could be far grander than we ever imagined.
Exactly. So where do we go from here? We've explored so much in this deep dive.
We really have.
The mind-boggling scale of the universe, the potential impact of contacting alien life.
It's a lot to take in.
What's the takeaway for our listeners? What should they be thinking about as they go about their day?
I think the most important thing to hold on to is that sense of wonder.
Yeah, that feeling of awe.
The universe is full of mysteries.
And the possibility of extraterrestrial life is one of the biggest ones out there.
So keep looking up at the stars, keep asking questions, and stay curious.
That's great advice, and I think that's the perfect place to wrap things up.
I agree.
We've explored the science, the possibilities, the mysteries surrounding the search for alien life,
We've talked about the what-ifs, the ethical considerations.
how it could change our understanding of ourselves and the universe.
But the conversation doesn't end here.
No, it's an ongoing journey.
The search for extraterrestrial life continues.
And with every new discovery, we get closer to answering that age-old question.
Are we alone?
And until we find that answer, that sense of wonder, the mystery, the possibility, it's going to keep inspiring us.
Keep challenging us.
Keep reminding us of just how vast and beautiful the universe is.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Keep exploring every